Before we get into today's video, guys, I wanted to show you this cool new tool that I got from a company called AnyKit. What it is a Borescope. Comes with a 6-inch screen, a 10-foot long lead. Comes in this really nice case with the foam inserts. Holds everything really well, protects it. So it's all around looks like a really nice tool. I can't wait to try it out. This is one of them tools where you don't really want to have to use it, but it really comes in handy when you do need to use it. So look forward to using this here pretty soon. And thank you AnyKit for sending it to me to try out. And you can get this tool on Amazon. I will put the link below in the description. All right, welcome back, guys. We are at the shop again tonight. Me and old Roxy Dog here. And you know, the last video, you guys really busted my balls about the hot side on here and how I did not purge it when I welded. That's my fault. I'm pretty ignorant to the old TIG welding stuff, especially stainless steel stuff. I didn't realize that you had to back purge all stainless steel stuff like that. I thought that was like for sanitary stuff for some reason. I don't know. That's on me, but it is what it is. It's done. We're gonna run it and watch it. I'm not gonna redo it just to back purge it, but I am going to get set up to back purge. The problem with that is, if you can see here, I have the little bottles, and back purging uses a ton of argon. So I'm gonna have to upgrade to the bigger bottles. Otherwise those are gonna probably run out in like one little project. So we'll get some stuff set up for back purging, and then that way when I go to do the turbo kit on the Camaro here, we're set up and ready to rock and roll. The whole purpose of me doing my turbo kit on that truck last week was to kind of get some practice and kind of get familiar, because the last time I welded stainless steel was almost a year ago on the Maverick when I did the exhaust on that, which we didn't back purge either. And it's been on the car for almost a year and haven't had any problems with it. Granted, it's not hooked to a turbo or anything like that. It's just probably 36 inches of pipe just going out the fender, so not a whole lot of stress on it, but it's held up just fine with no back purging. But yeah, like I said, that was practice, kind of to get familiar with the process again, do all the ugly booger welds on my stuff so that when I go to do the turbo kit on the Camaro, we're straight. It looks nice and back purged and the correct way. So that's a lesson learned. So either way, like I said, I'm just going to leave it the way it is, run it, watch it. If we have any issues with it, we'll address it then, but it is what it is. And when I say you guys busted my balls, there was like 2 people that kind of gave me a hard time for not back purging it. But other than that, all is good. So tonight on the Camaro, we are working on a few things. We got some parts in. Radiator is here, so we got that setting in here. This is actually Nani's upper radiator mount from his car over there that I stole just to test fit it to see if it was going to work with this aluminum radiator, and it will work. So the car was missing this when I got it, so I ordered a new one. So we'll get that put on, and then it's mounted and it fits down on the lowers just perfectly, so that's all good. Radiator hose, I think from the looks of it, like a stock LS1 radiator hose might work perfectly right there, and then the lower hose shouldn't be no problem either going down there. But the engine bay is filling up rather quickly. Not a whole lot of space left for turbo activities, but we'll be able to figure it out. Won't we, Rocks? Yeah, you coming over here to tell me what to do? But anyways, another thing we got here is this transmission cooler. Fittings to go in the transmission to convert it to AN. AN adapter fittings for the cooler itself, because it just comes with hose barb style fittings. But so this is like one of them 40K style transmission coolers, big boy. So we're going to be running this, and then we're also going to be looping it into the cooler here. So be double cooler, kind of HD cooling as GM would call it on the newer vehicles. So shouldn't have any issues with transmission temperatures. And then probably going to start running the fuel lines. I still need to modify the fuel tank and recess the pump in it, kind of like I was talking about. I haven't really had a chance. Let's go over here, see if we can see. I don't remember if I ever showed this on the video. I know I'd put it on Instagram or something like that. It's kind of dark over here. Haven't finished putting up all my lights yet, but either way. So, oh, second here, trying to do this left-handed. So basically I've cut out the fuel tank so that this is going to go in here, but I need to recess it because I don't want the top of this fuel pump assembly to be higher than this tank. So it's going to be dropped down in there like that. And then this is kind of like my template. This will be made out of steel. Drop down in there like that. And then this is the filler pan to go around it. So it's kind of hard to do one-handed, but you get the idea. The pump will be recessed down in here. The lines will come out here and run forward. So we're trying to keep it all below here so that we don't have to cut a hole in the trunk floor. Customer says he doesn't mind cutting a hole in the trunk floor, but I'd rather just keep the floor original, not cut a hole through it, because then once you do that, you know, the drag strip starts to get a little bit more picky about tech and having like a firewall behind the back seat and stuff like that. And plus it just keeps dust and fumes and all that stuff out of the inside of the car. So I'm gonna try and put a little more effort into making that work instead of just cutting a hole in the floor. So yeah, that's what we're gonna work on tonight, is probably figure out where to mount that trans cooler, probably start making some lines and start running fuel lines as well. So a little bit of plumbing, and we'll kind of see where we end up at the end of the night. So I'm gonna put you guys on a time lapse so that I can turn on some music and try and get something done. So we are on our way down to Tucson. I found this online auction and I bid on a welding table and I won it. So now we got to go down there and pick it up, and supposedly it weighs over 1,000 pounds. So we'll see when we get there, guys. Stay tuned. Well, here is the table. It's didn't come with these. These are mine, but it's got a really thick top. Came with all this stuff too. So, not a bad deal. Here's the welding table all set up. Got the light working. So it's got a little electrical box here on the side with the light switch. So get that working, and it's pretty sweet. I like it. It also came with all this stuff too, kind of whatever was left on the table. So there's 3 of these clamps, some soldering stuff, a bunch of just miscellaneous smaller clamps, some chunks of metal, just random junk. Some C-clamps here, more miscellaneous stuff, torch striker. Not real sure what this is. Looks like it's for centering something cone shaped. Big old chunk of steel. Some brushes, little bending fixture, whoops, and this little vise. So I think all in all, for 130 bucks plus tax, so it was about 150 bucks all in. It's a pretty nice welding table. Plasma torch is gonna live down there now instead of on the welding cart. Just have my air compressor right there dedicated to it. Got some racks there for storage of material. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked about it. It's a good height, so I can like stand here and work on it. Plus if I need to, I can pull up a stool, sit down, TIG weld, MIG weld. That was kind of the downfall of this little welding table that I've got. This is like one of them Northern Tool. I think they sell them at Harbor Freight now. It's just too low. I didn't really have a chair that worked very well with it. So that welding table over there is a huge upgrade. So here's what we got going on with the fuel tank for the Camaro. Got it cut out and stuff, ready to start fabbing. I need to get some sheet metal so that I can cut it out, get shaping it, building my little box here, get the fuel pump put in it. So that's what I'm gonna work on next. So that welding table, that auction that I found online was just kind of a spur of the moment thing. I don't even remember where, I think I came across it on Facebook. But it was like a CNC place that went out of business, and they were just auctioning off all their equipment. Everything from huge CNC mills all the way down to little tiny toolboxes with screwdrivers in them. Everything was up for auction. And welding table was all that I walked away with. There was a bunch of other stuff that I'd bid on, but that was the only thing that I got. But I'm glad I got it. It was a good deal. 150 bucks. 2 hours to Tucson and back. Probably 80 bucks in fuel. I think it's well worth it. So I'm pretty happy with it. But that's gonna do it for today's video. I know it's kind of a weird video, kind of random all over the place, but that's just sometimes how it goes. So I'm gonna get back to work on the Camaro, but you guys will see that in the next video. So stay tuned, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.